Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good evening. Good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to this live session for Farhat lectures. Let me see. How's everyone doing? Please just type in your message. Let me know if you could hear me. I just want to make sure that I am live and you guys can hear me. I want to check my LinkedIn, make sure I am connected on LinkedIn as well. I'm live on LinkedIn. We have 6 people watching now. And it looks like we are live on LinkedIn as well. Excellent. So we are good. I just need one person to confirm that you guys can hear me, please. Can you hear me? We have 7 people viewing. Could you please let me know if you can hear me? Can you guys hear me? I have a heart, but I wasn't sure if that's a yes or no. How's everyone doing? Could you tell me where you're calling from? What are you studying for? CPA, accounting courses, CMA, enrolled agent? Anything you would like to share, please go ahead. The floor is open. Now we have 9 people live, so I just need, please confirm that you can hear me. I just need one person to confirm. Oh, I guess we can hear you. Sorry, I got the messages now. Thank you, Shru Kumar S. Thank you very much from India. We have TTP Knights from Saudi Arabia. Welcome. And Kumar is studying for the CPA exam. Again, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are, East Coast, West Coast, India, the Middle East, anywhere around the world, Africa. Welcome to this session. And please feel free to post your questions, comments, anything. We have M. Canon. Hi, Farhat. Trying to switch job as a CPA, struggling hard because of career ladder gridlock. I quit. Let me put it on the screen here. I quit my previous job because the market department constantly bullied me when I pointed out the RMM. I see. So this is basically you're looking for some sort of a advice about career. For one thing, you want to make sure your resume is up to date and good. Uh, what you should do is you should look. It looks like you want to find the right culture. Make sure whoever you interview with, if you get that interview, make sure to learn as much as possible about their culture before you commit, because it seems that you want to make sure you are at the right fit. Yes, it is. It is hard. It is struggling. And are you moving? Are you planning to leave public accounting, go in private accounting, or are you planning to stay in public accounting? So do you want to stay in a CPA firm, or do you want to go to private? Do you want to go to government, maybe governmental accounting, or not for profit? You have many options. As a CPA, keep in mind you don't have to stay in public accounting if that's something you don't like. It doesn't fit your lifestyle. Once you put your time and you can find a private work, private accounting, and it fits your lifestyle, I would suggest you do that. Even governmental accounting, if you want job security, I would not want job security. I'm an entrepreneur, but it all depends on your preference. But this is what you should do. You should think clearly about what you want to do next, because that's important. At your job, you spend at least 1/3 of your day, 1/3 of your time. So you want to make sure you are fit with the right culture. I hope this is helpful. I'm sorry for that comment, Professor. No, no, not at all. We all go through ups and downs. Everybody at some point lost their job, quit. But you have to kind of learn from it and make the most out of your next step. Again, as a CPA, you have a lot of options, from public accounting to private accounting to governmental accounting, even to education, if that's something you're interested in. But you want to think about what you want to do next. Because when someone quit or, or someone trying to switch, um, you want to make sure um, you are making a serious move, because you cannot keep on switching around, because people don't like job hoppers. So take your time. This is what I would say. This is what I would say. And if you want if you want a little bit more of a private session, let me see if I can get you my Calendly. I will share my Calendly. You can have an appointment one-on-one, and we can talk about this. Give me one moment, see if I can find my Calendly real quick, and just have we can talk. We can talk in person about this one-on-one. I'll find my Calendly and I will share it in the text. Uh, Good morning, Ahmad. Thank you. You're a CPA exam candidate. How's your study going on, Ahmad? What are you using to study, and how is it going? I'm going to be sharing my Calendly now. So if you want to, you can make an appointment for private session. I'll be happy to talk to you. And let's see. Good morning, Sniper 17. Good morning, Sniper 17. Thank you, Professor. I think other people need to consult you more than myself. I hope you all pass the exam. Fingers crossed. Oh, not at all. Don't worry. If you need a second opinion, I'm always here. Reach out if need be. That's all what I can do. I can only offer my time. Best of luck. But as I said, think about what you want to do before you make your next move. Good morning, Wasim from Pakistan. Good morning back from Philadelphia. I guess it's good evening on your end. Good evening, or good afternoon. I'm not really sure what time zone you will be in. So, what are you guys? How are you preparing for the exam? Any motivation I can provide you? You have any questions? Any concern that I can address? Clear it. Get you more prepared for your next step. I'll open the text. Please share your thought, your questions, your comments, anything. I will hold. We have 9 people and no one with any questions, comments, or anything. We have 9 people watching. So this is the time to let me know if you have any questions. So you can tell me where you're calling from. How are you studying? Are you using Becker? Are you using something else? Any challenges, any difficulties that you are facing? Anything that I can address for you? The question is on switch and lease from last time. There's no update, and it won't be any update soon. It will the AI CPA work very slowly. It's a quasi government organization, quasi government organization. So they take their time in making changes, and once they decide on something, it takes years until that change is made. But yes, we're trying to. I mean, I'm trying, and everybody else should be doing the same thing. Posting on Reddit, having leases in one part of the exam. Do not split lease between FAR and BAR. Uh, you can write your state, of course, that will help. You can write them an email, let them know. You can write ASVA, you can write AICPA, but that's all we can do, and we can wait. I mean, we're not asking to remove the lease, stop it. We're just asking for it to be in one section, either FAR or BAR. I believe it should be BAR. It's a more advanced financial reporting topic. Uh, that's something that they have to decide on. But no update, not yet. I'm an ACCA member, currently working in an asset management company. I want to appear for October attempt. Give me suggestions on how to prepare for it. Which area I should prepare first? I'm assuming you're asking for the CPA exam. For the CPA exam, although you are an ACCA, it means you have plenty of accounting background. I always recommend that you start with FAR first. Why? Because ACCA, you learn about the IFRS standard. They're not that much different. If you can learn IFRS, you could learn GAAP. They're very, very similar, but nevertheless, always start with FAR. So the first section you should take FAR, and it should be relatively easy for you since you are an ACCA member. So I will take FAR first, audit, then focus on the tax. I believe the tax will be the most challenging for you because you are an international student, so you will take REG and TCP next. I usually recommend that because REG and TCP. Let me think about this for a moment. Of your situation. Let me think about it for a moment. You know what? I'm going to change my mind. Here's my recommendation to you. Since you already have an ACCA, you have enough accounting background, and you have your weakness right now. If I look at the CPA exam, you're weak in tax, you're weak in regulation, you're weak in TCP. What I would recommend is start REG and TCP because you have enough accounting knowledge to pass FAR, in my opinion. And if you can pass FAR, the next will be audit. So I will start with REG. I'll start with REG, which is the US tax system. Then from REG, if you find it appealing, easy, jump into TCP. But I would start with REG, not FAR. Because you want to get REG out of the way. I believe that will be the most challenging for you. FAR will not be as challenging. And the reason is because you're an ACCA member. That's the reason for it. Yeah. And again, you want to buy a course, you want to get resources. What we can do at Farhat supplement. And maybe by the time you sit, we're going to have a full CPA review course. You can just buy our product, but we'll, let me know. You could reach out to me if need be for more specific advice. But I will start with REG in your situation. I hope this helps. If I move from audit engagement to tax advisory, I'm worried if I forgot the material. How did you manage when switching these career choices? I did not switch career choices. I did not have to switch career choices. I work in a medium CPA firm, and we did everything. I did audit, tax, payroll, compilations, reviews, audit for nonprofit, for-profit, small, medium size. So I did everything. I did not switch from one area to the other. And why would you be worried if you switch from audit to tax? If you don't need audit, you don't need audit. Just focus on tax. You're not Wikipedia. You don't need to know everything. You need to focus on your work, get your work done, and be happy at where you work. So don't worry about forgetting the material. And when I switched, I went from public accounting to education. That was my passion, and this is what I wanted to do. So you want to find out if you like tax, that's fine. Just forget about audit and move into the tax advisory or work in a tax firm. Since you're a CPA, they will hire you. This is what I would do if I was in your shoes. But you want to think clearly about this. Because once you switch to tax, there's a friction cost. There is you need to learn taxes, be proficient in it, and that's it. Because this is my career. You want to make sure that's what you want to do. Yes, don't worry about forgetting what you learned. What you learn is hard work, discipline, organization, how CPA firm work. You'll be able to use them in your tax advisory as well. So nothing to worry about here. Uh, there are any qualification apart from the ACCA to learn IFRS? I believe there is the diploma IFRS. But again, if you're going to go into tax, you don't need any of those because you're going to be doing US tax. And if you're doing audit for US companies, you don't need IFRS. But if you just want to take IFRS, there's the BIP IFRS, which I believe is shorter and much easier than the ACCA. If that's something you're interested in, absolutely. But again, don't go for a certification unless it serves your career options, your career choices. If you don't want to work in the IFRS, accounting, just don't study for it. Don't waste your time and energy. Focus on something else. This is what I would recommend. because any certification you study for, if it's not serving your career, it's not a waste of time, but it's waste of energy, waste of money as well if it's not serving your career. Uh, Lalit, good morning. Professor, good morning. I have enrolled in CPA in 2018. My file got expired. I was not able to clear auditing. I tried audit 4 times, but could not get the success. Now I'm not able to focus on my studies due to workload. Could you please help me? How do I motivate myself to complete my CPA? Absolutely. The first thing, as I can tell you, is this: if you passed the old FAR, okay, hopefully this is a good motivation for you. The new FAR is content-wise 60 to 70%. So if you pass the old FAR, you can definitely pass the new FAR. Okay, hopefully this is a good motivation for you, because it's much. They remove some of the content and they put them in bar, so that's good. Audit was an obstacle for you. If you feel you still have enough accounting knowledge, in other words, you have enough accounting background, and if you pass FAR, and if you're working in accounting, what I suggest you do is to dive back into audit. Dive back into audit, because I always recommend take FAR, then take audit. If you already passed FAR, you have enough accounting background, dive into audit. Now, could you tell me a little bit more about how you studied, which material you studied? Can you tell me a little bit more so I can kind of try to motivate you? And why do you think you failed audit? That's the other thing. You failed audit 4 times. For example, what did you use? Did we talk before? I'm not really sure. In 2018, yes, I was teaching, but I wasn't sure if you were aware of my resources. I want to know a little bit more about how you studied or why you failed, so I can try to kind of help you and motivate you from there. So could you tell me a little bit more about that? I just remember that they had the boot for cash receipt for way back in 2018. I wonder why they removed that topic. Yes, which called the not the boot. It used to be called the commercial and non-commercial exchange. Not commercial. It was called what was the right word? It's not the boot. It's the exchange. A commercial substance versus non-commercial substance. Yes, they removed that topic, and I have no clue why they removed that topic. Which is good. It was a challenging topic. They removed it altogether. Not the boot. It was commercial versus non-commercial exchange. The boot is tax. When we talk about the tax, yes, that's correct. That's correct. Yes, the boot is for tax. They removed it. I'm not really sure why they did, which is good. I'm glad they did, but I had it. I had that topic. I had like 3 to 4 lectures plus examples for that topic. It was very challenging for students. I'm assuming because they don't want to confuse students between the exchange when it comes to tax versus FAR, because that was very confusing. The way you did an exchange, a non-monetary exchange when it comes to tax versus FAR. I believe part of it, some argue that just let's remove the FAR, keep the non-monetary exchange, in quote, non-monetary exchange, the 1031 and the 1045 exchange for tax, and remove it from FAR so we don't confuse students. And that's the only explanation I can tell you. And this is basically guessing from my end. But yes, they removed that topic. So they removed many other topics from FAR, but that's one of them. That topic was removed altogether, deleted from the blueprint. But many other topics, like the lessor for leases, was moved to bar. Advanced topic in revenue, advanced topic in income taxes, they are moved to bar. So Lalit, if you pass the old FAR, you can definitely pass the new FAR. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Good point. And wow, you remember that part. I guess that gave you some a challenge. I guess that's how you would remember something. I would wait for Lalit to answer, to share with us how they studied and what material they used. Yes, some of the revenue, not the revenue recognition, like the revenue recognition, for example, percentage of completion. You really don't know. It could be in FAR, it could be in BAR, and some other revenue principles are split between the two. Yes, some advanced revenue topic are. But again, because the revenue is basically one unit, when you study it, you should study it completely for FAR and as well as but yes, that was basically split in between. So, M. Kane, what did you use to study? Did you use Becker? What material did you use? Did you share your experience with others who are watching? Let me see. Any comments on Facebook? No comments from Facebook. If you're on Facebook, you could say hi. I would appreciate it. Let's see, live. No one on Facebook at this time. 4 on LinkedIn, and the rest from YouTube. Becker and Farhat, great combination. That's a great combination. Great combination. Becker and Farhat. Thank you. Thank you very much for your trust. I will wait 10 more minutes. If there is no comments, we'll wrap it up for the day. I guess we have more people joining now. If you have any comments and you joined, please post your comments. Let us know that you are here, just saying hi. I was reading Becker books, MCQs, and the TBSs. Just for curiosity, did you have access to the software? Or when you said I was reading the book, it means you had the book and the MCQs and the TBSs were printed, or did you have access to the software? That's one. And how did you study? Like, did you felt you did not have the mock test? That's what I thought based on your comment. Okay. So I believe that resource-wise, I don't believe you had enough resources. That's one. Two, maybe you needed more in-depth dive into audit. So for example, let me show you if you want a motivation. How can I motivate? So I'm going to now share my screen, and I'm going to share Farhat lecture. So Lalit, if you want to go back and study, okay, and you have Becker or any other course for that matter, you can go to, for example, Farhat Becker. You did not have access to the software. Yes, that's what I thought. And what I do is I provide alternative lectures for the topic. For example, let's take a topic just for the sake of illustration, auditing standard and guidelines. I have a lecture for it. I have a podcast. And within the lecture, I have AI tools that will summarize the lesson, that will give you multiple choice to test your knowledge about that particular lesson. It will give you access to what we call the flashcards, test you about that topic. So any topic you want to learn, you can learn in depth or have lectures and add that to, if you want to go with Becker, if you want to go with Glean. So you could go back, learn it in depth. You need to learn audit. And here's what I need to tell you. Don't think about the past. The past is a sunk cost. Don't think, well, I studied in the past. I'm not going to waste time anymore. The past is the past. Assume that you never took it before. Try to start with audit, then move into FAR. And if you want to go back and pass FAR first to have more confidence, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. And no worries, Lalit. We'll come back to you. Let me see. We have this comment, accounting with Mana. I seek your guidance regarding the election sub. I understand that Jason, as an elect, can provide a specific edge in terms of career opportunities. I would like to understand beyond that. I'm trying to figure out what you wrote regarding the. You mean tax as an elect, like the TCP? Is this what you meant, accounting with man? In other words, you're planning to take TCP. Yes, I'm looking at your comment now. It's on the screen. But are you asking me if you should take TCP as a specialty? As a specialty? Can you clarify that? I just want to make sure, because I would like to understand that how can be beneficial for international student. Elective sub. What do you mean by sub? Elective for the CPA or elective for as courses for international student? I just want to What is SUB? This, what do you mean by sub? Maybe I'm not familiar with the term. You mean elective accounting courses, elective subject for international students? Okay. Uh, okay, excellent. Elective subject. Um, well, first, what are your options? But if you have options, what I would recommend for any students, not necessarily international students, any accounting information system, IT, if there's any cybersecurity courses that are accounting related. So you want to look at courses that are tech oriented to marry with your accounting. So I'm assuming you're an accounting student. Uh, Obviously, tax is good, but also anything IT, IT auditing, IT in general, cybersecurity, especially if they are offered within the accounting program. Those are the elective subject that I would recommend. Anything IT, data analysis, data science courses, any programming, any programming courses that you can take, it should be beneficial, as well as tax. Of course, tax would help because it's a specialty. Those will be my recommendations. But again, though, if your college or university does not offer them, then you cannot take them. If you can, for example, if you tell me which school do you go to, we can take a look at your program and make some recommendation as we are going through this session. Uh, DM multimillionaire Farhat. Wow, thank you. Made me not a millionaire, a multimillionaire. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you very much. So accounting with Mana, if you want to share the link for your university program, I can pull them and we can take a look at them at the same time and let you know, give you some, let you know what you should do, like basically give you some advice about that. I'm still congested, bit congested. We'll wait, see if uh, Anna will share her program. We have 4 people on LinkedIn. Still have 4 people on LinkedIn. Again, please, if you want to just say hi to let me know you are there. And everything that I mentioned to Mana, I mentioned it. I recommend it to any accounting students, whether you are international or not. You really want to study accounting, add to it anything that's IT, information system, cybersecurity, networking, because that's the future of the business world. That's the future of the landscape. AI as well, of course. I did not mention AI. Anything that's AI related. Any other questions, comments, anything? Manager at Excel. Yes. Lalit, yes, absolutely. Any other comments? Any other comments? Anything? And reading the Becker books, Lalit, especially audit, what they will do is they would only give you, they would only give you the basic review content. So even if the rules are there, they don't put them within context. So it's very difficult to learn audit from any book, especially a Becker CPA review book, because they're only giving you the rule. They're not expanding on it. They're not giving you the context. I would say your resources were an issue, in my opinion, especially if you don't have strong background in accounting. For CPA pathway, if you want to to study tax or ISC, usually employer, back to accounting with Nana. Uh, if you're asking about the CPA pathway, it does not matter. Employer don't care whether you took the TCP or ISC path or the bar path. All what they want you to do is to pass your exam. Why? Because all what you learn in the CPA exam is basic material, and you're going to forget it anyway. So they don't care whether you took TCP or ISC. But if you feel, if you're going to be working in tax, and then take TCP, of course. If you feel you're going to be an ISC, uh, go with IT, ISC track. So it's then it becomes your decision. Where am I going to be working? But employers don't care whether it's international or local. All what they care about is this individual CPA? Do they have enough knowledge? In our opinion, if they pass the exam, they do. Let's hire them. Let's take a chance on them. So you don't have to worry about specific subject. But again, in general, IT, AI, companies like that. Paula, good morning. I just arrived. Good morning, Paula. Where are you calling from? Is it East Coast, West Coast, anywhere? Could you please share with us? And are you studying for the CPA exam? Accounting with Mana. I am from India, currently pursuing my master's in accounting. Yes, I'm assuming you did not study for the exam yet. Again, for the exam, I always recommend for the discipline, the first option is the low-hanging fruit, the topic that's the easiest for you to pass. If you don't have that topic, or they're all easy for you, then take the specialization that's going to serve your own career interest. Don't think about your employer. Your employer don't care which specialization you take for the CPA. All what they care is you pass the CPA, but you choose the one that's going to serve your interests. And if you don't have, low-hanging fruit, an easy one, or you don't know what you want to do, you can look at the pass rate and take the one with the highest pass rate, TCP. Avoid bar because it has a 30% pass rate versus 70% pass rate. That will be considered kind of a low-hanging fruit from a pass rate perspective. And if you don't know really what you want to do, you can flip a coin, or you can talk to me a little bit more. We have a question here about the Nipah virus. We cannot travel. That's beyond the scope of my expertise. I cannot answer that question. That's beyond the scope of my expertise. Good morning, Professor. I just want to say thank you for your FAR CPA lecture. I have passed BEC and audit well, but had a lack of fundamental for FAR, and I think it's starting to click. Yes, absolutely. You passed BEC, and I'm not sure if you still have BEC credit. Do you still have the BEC credit? No, that's great. Yes, if you use my lectures, you will be in good shape, because I teach FAR from zero. I teach FAR from basics. Which CPA review course are you using? And if you pass REG, I'm sorry, not REG. You said you passed the BEC and audit. If you passed BEC and audit, they're both challenging courses. And lacking the fundamental of FAR, here's your solution. Your solution is Farhat lectures. Go to my website. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe for Farhat lectures. It doesn't matter which FAR CPA review course you are using. I will teach you from zero. So don't worry about the fundamentals. If you pass audit, you pass BEC, you will be in good shape to pass FAR. Really, really in good shape to pass FAR. And I guess you are using my lectures. Are you using the YouTube or the website? And can you tell us a little bit more about your experience with my lectures? Maybe you share that experience with others. And this is what I would suggest. You will be in good shape. We have 2006 ECO. What exam suggest to take first? Chris. Okay, Chris, absolutely. Very common question. I always recommend FAR, F-A-R. Matter of fact, let me share with you a short that let me find it. a short that I created explaining why FAR first. Actually, it's not a short. It's longer than a short. Give me 1 second while I look it up. One moment, please. But FAR is first. Which CPA? So FAR first, and the reason is because it has the highest, not the highest. Give me one moment. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing I'll explain why FAR first, and I will explain the order of the exam in this YouTube. You can view it, but FAR, I would recommend always FAR first, then audit, because you need to have accounting knowledge before you take before you take audit. Okay. I'm currently working as an accountant. That's great. So Chris, take a look at this video. It's very short, and let me know if you have any questions. FAR first, and I explain in depth why. We have Paula from Florida, East Coast, passed 3/4. I cannot pass FAR. I did very good on the MCQs. However, I don't even understand what they ask on the TBS. I just freeze. Paula, absolutely, we can help. Could you tell me which CPA review course are you using? Let's start with that. If you can tell me, then I can show you specifically what I can do. How I can help you with that. You're either Becker or Glam in Florida. Could be because Glam in Florida, but may or may not be, but most likely it's a good chance it's Becker. If you let us know, that would be great. And I am using Becker. We'll wait for Paul to respond. We have Shell. I'm using Becker. The EC is set to expire in April. Unfortunately, will expire. I am a subscriber to your website. I've been using the Becker supplement course. How many sections do you have until April? You think you can save it? Because BEC it's worth saving. The fact that you passed it was very challenging toward the end with those writing essays. I hope you can save it. Can you tell us if you can save it or not? We have El Samti watching from Somalia. Love your videos, man. Thank you. Love back from Philadelphia. Paula is, let me see. Paula is using Becker. Okay, Paula, let me show you what I do if you are using Becker FAR. So if you are using Becker FAR, let me also share the link immediately so you have the link as well. Let me copy the link and share it with you. So I'm gonna be sharing this link. You can browse it as I'm talking as well. You can browse it as I'm talking, so you can follow along with me. Yes, I did not share that link for the exam order. I'm gonna share it again. One moment, please. I did not share it on LinkedIn. One moment. I use two screens. That's why sometimes I don't look at the pic. I don't look in front of me. Okay, I shared it now. So if you are using Farhat, what we'll do first, we'll get you started with something called Stay Strong. Master the basic before you advance. So what we do is we build your basics. There are 20 lessons here. They're not all lessons, some quizzes. We have 6 quizzes, 14 lessons, including podcast reviews. So Paul, what we do with FAR, you should not keep it for last. I kept FAR for last, but that's not what I would recommend. Go through Farhat, starting with the basics. Then we can build your knowledge step by step. You can go through F1, M1 at Farhat, review it, learn it, then jump into Becker. And what I have is I have something called the 4-step process. Let me also share that 4-step process that I walk you how to marry my course with your Becker course. 4 steps, CPA exam, Farhat. Let me find that link and share it with you. And it's learn, review, practice, retain. So your issue most likely is you are lacking some basic knowledge in accounting, maybe since college time, maybe since college years. I'm not really sure. It does not matter. But what we can do is we can build that knowledge from zero. I did not, let me copy them one more time. See if this is the correct link. This might be the correct link. And this is what's happening. So we will build your knowledge from zero for FAR and help you pass the exam. This is what we will do. Give us a chance. There's a 2-day free trial. Uh, and see if it helps you or not. And you would know right from the first lesson whether it's making a difference to you or not, because your confidence level will go up, your knowledge level will go up, and see if it's helping. If it's not helping, by all means, you have 48 hours to cancel. But we are always here, obviously, to help. For FAR, I think people are moving on from review to questions too fast. That's why it's hard to pass. Absolutely. Absolutely. And some they don't even go through the review. They go through the MCQs, because some providers, they recommend taking the MCQs at the beginning. So we have a question. Let me see here. Which down here? Let me go down. So in my case, which exam I should give first? Okay. Let me think about it for a moment. Okay. Here's what I would suggest you do. Do you have any access to any CPA review course? In other words, do you have access to the FAR material? The reason I'm asking you is this. I don't want you to take audit unless you are comfortable with FAR. You already passed FAR. You already passed the difficult FAR. So if you think you have enough accounting background and audit is giving you anxiety because you failed it 4 times, I would recommend you get audit out of the way. That's one route. The other route is, if you feel, you know what, I kind of forgot my FAR knowledge, and I don't want to take my chance. I want to take FAR first to have enough accounting knowledge in order to be confident on audit. Then you will take FAR, then audit. So that will be my advice. So you have to make that decision based on your confidence level. If you're confident that you have enough accounting knowledge, go with audit. But you have to have a CPA review course, including the software. Whether you take Becker or whether you buy like just the software, like for example, Glide sells you only the software, the multiple choice, and the simulation. You can buy those and subscribe to Farhat lectures for the lectures and additional material, and you should be good to go. But don't buy a book and hope that you're going to pass. You need more than just a book. You need lectures, you need the software, the TBSs. But this will be my recommendation. Again, you have I gave you 2 answers for that question. You have to choose. I cannot choose for you, but you have to think about your ability, your preparedness before you make that decision. And I hope it's helpful. You can ask me clarifying questions if you need to. If you are reviewing material, I remember passing after writing the calculation theories on paper before doing questions. Yes, different people learn differently, but writing things on paper would help tremendously. Writing things will help tremendously. Drawing a map. I like to type everything. This is how I learn. But each individual learn differently. Find what works for you. My friend is using UWord and Becker study material. Can you help please share more about this? UWord and Becker are basically, they're both review courses. In what sense? Review courses is they review the material. They don't go in depth. It's not they don't go in depth. They don't feel that's their job. They feel you were in college, you studied the material, they're ready to review it with you. So if you have Becker and you have basically, in my opinion, the same thing. What I would suggest for your friend is to give Farhat lectures a chance to help them understand the material better. I mean, it's good to have both because you have more MCQs, more simulations, but that's not substitute understanding the material. Multiple choice and simulations are useless in a sense that if you don't understand the material, you cannot maximize their effectiveness. So I would recommend to your friend, recommend to them Farhat lectures, or recommend for them to attend one of these live sessions. If they have any questions, I'm going to have another live sessions on Tuesday night, will be morning Indian time, and they can ask me any questions they would like to, of course. But this is what I would say. They have basically the same material in a sense. They both are review courses. Absolutely, Paula. Absolutely. It's Farhat Lectures is risk-free. You can give us a try for 48 hours before you pay a penny. And within those 48 hours, and you have access to everything, you can check everything. You don't like it, cancel. And what's the worst case? You subscribe for a month for $30. It's say, that's not for me. You lost $30. Okay, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. But if I was in your shoes, I will throw everything at passing FAR, especially that you pass 3 parts. And again, Paul, if you want a personal consultation, let me go back and reshare my Calendly. If anyone, only Paula, anyone watching, they want a private one-on-one call or Zoom meeting, I just shared my Calendly. It's free. The only thing I would ask you, I would say, if I feel that my material is suitable to you, I would say, go ahead and subscribe. That's your cost. Me telling you to subscribe. That's the cost if we had a call. So some people say, how much is your call? That's my call. I would offer you free advice. And if I feel my material is helpful, I would encourage you to sign up. $30 a month, a lot of money. Okay. So yes. Accounting with Mana, thank you so much. You're most welcome. You're most welcome. We have Mish Wasani. I have FAR exam on Monday. Any suggestion? What should I do in the last 2 days? Absolutely. And this answer, obviously, anyone that many people ask this question. What should you do the last 2 days? I am assuming here that you have studied everything, and I'm assuming here you identified certain topics that are iffy, that you're not comfortable with. What you would do in the last 2 days, try to strengthen your knowledge in these topics. Try to strengthen your knowledge. And guess what? Farhat Lectures offer a 2-day free trial. So you can go to my website. So just if you tell me which topic, I'll give you an example. But let's assume for the case of illustration, you have problem with, let's assume you have weakness with the stockholders equity. Okay. So if you go to Farhat Lectures, I have 2 stockholder equity chapters with many lessons, quizzes, AI lectures, podcast. The last 2 days, what you can do, there's a free trial, 48 hours. Register, view my lectures to strengthen your knowledge. If you want to go into the exam being prepared, not taking on any topics. So this is what I would do in the last 2 days. Strengthen any topic that you have any doubts about. And the assumption here is these topics. Here's the problem. If you say, I have no topics that I'm weak in, that's dangerous. It means you may not know, because everyone will have topics that they're struggling with. If you have those 2, 3 topics, list them down with the most difficult one and focus on those. And Farhat Lectures can help you. Just dive into that topic alone with lectures, podcasts, AI tools, multiple choice until you master it. This is what I suggest you do. Otherwise, if you don't want to subscribe or take advantage of those 2 days, remember, cancel before you are charged. Work multiple choice, work simulations, and this is what I would do the last 2 days. Strengthen my any weak topics, last minute weak topics, and basically get enough rest, get ready physically, mentally, emotionally for the exam. And I'm going to assume this is your first exam as well. I'm going to assume that, but I could be wrong. You can tell us. And how are you preparing? What material are you using to prepare for FAR? And how do you feel? Are you prepared? Do you feel you are prepared for the exam? Can you share a little bit more of information, or if you have any doubts about any topics? We'll wait for your reply. Let's take a look at this comment. I'm looking forward to your next live. Thank you, Professor. I'm also looking forward to your new course, so I may be study for qualification. God bless. Thank you. Thank you. In the near future, I will be offering more practical courses like payroll, QuickBooks, income tax, that's form-based. So there will be basically career-oriented courses. So again, be on the lookout, and I hope to see you back in all my live sessions. Absolutely. Usually Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday evening US time, New York time, Thursday morning at this time. And if you remember, I'm having a live meeting Zoom with my members on Saturday. It'll be more private with the subscribers on my website. We're up to 50 minutes. We have more people joining now. We have 12 in total. Again, if you are here, just say hi. Where you're calling from. Why are you here? Uh, I would greatly appreciate it. I will wait a minute, take a break until we look at the next comment. I'm using Becker material, and this is my second attempt for four, so I'm a little bit scared. Good. Let's talk about your first attempt. In your first attempt, why do you think you failed, and what did you do since then to compensate for that? So let's go back to your first attempt. Do you know why you failed the first attempt? And I hope you do, or you have an idea. And if you do have an idea, did you address that? Did you address that? And did you ever look at consider Farhat lectures as a supplement? Go ahead, please. So, what have you done differently from the first attempt? That's my question to you, especially that you saw the actual exam. Now you should have a better idea. We'll wait for your reply. And we have Harris. I'm from New Delhi. I'm planning to start the CPA course. I haven't taken any review courses as of now. Can I access Becker from your website, or how does it work? No, absolutely not. I don't have access to Becker. What I have is this. Harris, think of Mish Mishwansi, this individual here, 7231. She's studying using Becker. Now, she has Becker. I don't sell Becker, but what I do is this. In addition to Becker, if she's studying for Becker 4, I offer what's called a 4 Becker supplemental course. So you have Becker, but in addition to Becker, I explain the material differently. Becker review the material. They don't go in depth. They don't go in depth. They review the material. I go in depth. Not only Becker, I have review courses for not only Becker, for blind, for surgeon, for miles, for UWood. And this is why students take my course. So I have additional lectures, additional podcasts, AI resources that help you with my resources, multiple choice questions, video simulations, video multiple choice, how to solve simulations. So I add resources, but I don't sell Becker. I'm not Becker. You have to buy Becker from Becker, or in India, you buy it from, I don't know, Semendar, I believe, Semendar Education. But I don't have Becker material because I'm not Becker or any other company. I'm Farhat. Farhat provides supplemental material for Becker. And that's, please don't, I don't want to have, I don't want you to have any confusion about that. We have more people now. We're up to 12 live at this time. Let's take a look at LinkedIn, see if there's any comments here. No, we still have 4 attendees, no comment, and 11 on YouTube. Absolutely, Harris, absolutely. And if you're really interested how I help anyone also, I'm going to share a LinkedIn. Not LinkedIn. I'm going to share a link. It says a 4-step process that shows you exactly how I help if you have a CPA review course, how you marry my material with your Becker, with your line, with your miles, with whatever course you are taking. I practice more MCQs and Sims for mixed topics and review my weakest concept. And I want to know if there's any lectures to Farhat on YouTube where I can just review it on last 2 days for important topic simulation. First, there's no important topic simulation. We don't know what are the important topic simulation. And if we do, we call them important topic simulation. We'll say review those. But we don't know those important topic simulation. I'll tell you what are the important topic simulation. The topics that you are struggling with. So if you tell me what topics you're struggling with, I might have it on YouTube. Or if you want to know for sure, because I have all of Becker concept on my website, go to my website. Again, there's a 2-day free trial. Take advantage of the 2 days. It's not only lectures. I offer lectures, multiple choice, podcast, AI resources that will help you, like AI flashcards, AI summary table where you can summarize the lesson just like that and print it out and review it. AI quiz generated, video solution. So you're reviewing your weakest topic, but how did you review? If you're using Becker before and use Becker now, basically you're using the same resources. What did you do to improve those to improve those topics. In other words, if I ask you, what did you do differently? Okay, and did it work? And how do you know it worked? You feel better about these topics. If you feel better, then yes, it worked. If not, you still have 2 days. Again, of course, you could try to find if there's anything on Farhat YouTube. But again, for 2 days, you don't have to do anything. Try the free trial. Make sure you cancel. This is what I would suggest. So, what were your weakest concept? Would you mind listing them? Would you mind kind of, so I can just kind of tell you, how would you strengthen these topics? And how did you strengthen them first? You tell us, how did you strengthen them? I will wait for your reply unless someone posts a comment. Now, practicing more MCQs and more simulations for mixed topic is not the best way to focus on weakest concept. To focus on the weakest concept is you focus on that weak concept. You take MCQs and simulation, not mix about those topics. You zoom in on topics that you're weak in to strengthen these topics. That will be my recommendation rather than take mix. Mix is not good. Because, no, you want to focus. It doesn't mean ignore other topics. What I'm saying is zoom in, focus on these topics themselves. Now we're up to 13 simultaneously. Let's go. Consolidation, adjusted entries, bond. Look, consolidation is a huge topic. Consolidation, if you want to learn it, will take 15 to 25 hours in total. Adjusting journal entries, that's a bad sign for me. Why? Because if someone has any weakness in adjusting journal entries should be considered a basic concept in accounting. Okay, let me show you what I mean by that. If you go back, I'm going to log into my website and show you something real quick. One moment. Give me 1 second while I do that, because I want to tell you about adjusting entries. Because once you mention the adjusting entries, that brings the red flag. So I'm gonna. Okay. So when I say I am going to provide a basic accounting review, so give me 1 moment here. So when I say I provide basic accounting review for students, look what I have adjusting entries. Say stay strong, master the basics, and I have adjusting entries right here. Adjusting entries are basic accounting. So if you have problem with adjusting entries, and if you still have problem with adjusting entries, again, you have 48 hours to strengthen that knowledge. I would suggest, you give me a chance, you give someone else a chance, but make sure you get your adjusting entries inside out. For example, I explained them, 3 video examples, just to make sure you have them. Bonds, if you have problem with bonds, it means you might have problem with leases. And if you have problem with bond and leases, because basically they're the same, you might have problem with notes payable. It means you have problems with time value of money. I'm just telling you things that based on your comments. I don't know what you did to strengthen them. I hope you did, because those are serious topics, especially you can pass if you are not 1,000%, not 100, 1,000% with adjusting entries, because adjusting entries are basic topics that the AICPA assume you should know when you sit for the exam. Okay, so these topics are dangerous if you did not really strengthen them and strengthen them properly. I don't want to ruin your self-confidence, but I'm warning you, because you could still, look, if you're still weak in consolidation, it's going to be difficult to catch up in the next 48 hours. Adjusting entries, 5 to 7 hours. Bonds, 5 hours. APs, there's not much about AP. Okay? But get going. This is what I would recommend, and I would recommend my website, but that's all what I can do. That's your choice. I'm going to stop recommending. And we have, let's say if I subscribe to you, can you do so can I do it, or do I need Becker book to understand? It's not only you need Becker book, you need Becker book or Becker software. No, to understand, I can help you understand. I can help you understand the topics. But you still need test bank, you still need simulation. For example, you don't have to get Becker. You can get any test bank. For example, blind test bank. Let me see if I can just, this will be a free, free commercial for blind test. If you go to blind mega test bank, there's free advertising for that. And wow, it's on sale. Wow, I did not know this. It's on sale. So you can buy this $150 for test bank, okay, which will comes with a textbook, multiple choice and simulation, and marry that with Farhat lectures. Add that to Farhat lectures. It's on. For example, you will need, in other words, in addition to Farhat, you will need a test bank that includes simulation. I have multiple choice. I have plenty. I show you how to solve simulations, but I don't have simulations. So if I was you, if anyone hearing, Gleim has a sale on their test bank, I would jump on that. Let's see, Chris is saying for the basic, discover all the topics. Chris, could you clarify that comment? I'm not really sure if I understood it. But here is yes, you still need. I don't provide a full CPA review course. That's why I call myself a supplemental course, not full course. All right, everyone, we're up to 1 hour. We're called for the day. I will see you again on, tentatively speaking, Tuesday night. You follow me on LinkedIn for this announcement. I hope you find those sessions helpful, those live sessions helpful. Between now and then, have a nice weekend. Stay safe. Stay warm. It's below zero outside where I am. I'm not sure where you are. If you're in Florida, like Paula, you should have a better weather. No, not these days, but soon you'll have better weather, especially in Florida. All right, everyone, goodbye, and we'll see you on Tuesday night. If you're a Farhat lecture member, I'm going to have a live meeting, Zoom live meeting with my members. I hope to see you there. We can talk, discuss what we need to discuss in a live session. Goodbye, everyone.